Hello and welcome everyone. It is Wednesday, October 3rd, 2018. New comic book day. Best day of the week, and wow, did we have a big week this week. It was very, this is probably one of the most cover heavy weeks I think I've had in a long time. There was, as I mentioned in my top picks video that I put out earlier this week, it's, man, there was some amazing covers this week. And just based on the covers, like I had mentioned, some of these books were going to jump in price, and they have. So we'll get into it real quick. Thanks again to all my subscribers. Really appreciate you watching my videos, sending me comments. Love being part of the community. And my shout out this week is to, for Comic Shop, is from one of my subscribers, Astro Comics. And the comic shop he goes to, or she goes to, I don't know if it's a he or she, but anyways, goes to Secret Headquarters in Evansville, Indiana. The owner's name is Jeff. And down in the comments, as usual, I'll have the address and phone number. If you're in the area, stop by, give them a call, set up a pull list. A few images on the screen of the store and the inside. It looks pretty sweet. It looks like they got a arcade at one end and comic shop and toys and everything there. So I mean, man, you can't go wrong with that. So it looks awesome. So it was Secret Headquarters in Evansville, Indiana. All right, so we'll get into this week's stuff. Actually, I got a couple books that came out recently that I just picked up today. One I wanted to get from Ahoy Comics, which I didn't get, was High Heaven #1. That looks interesting. I got the their other title, The Wrong Earth, which was actually pretty good. So, and this one here, I got, or I forgot to pick up last week, was Domino Annual #1, because it's got the new rejects in it. So there's cover A and cover B. I grabbed both covers for that one. So that's one I wanted to get. It's one I forgot to grab, and then as soon as I left the store, I'm like, oh damn it, I forgot to pick that one up. Robots versus Princesses #1. I wanted cover 2, or issue #2, because it has that really sweet cover. It was one of my cover picks a while ago, but I think he's getting, my shop owner's going to get, Ivan's going to get me one of those too. So got that one. I got Bloodborne #5, cover A. I just really like that cover. I know it's kind of busy, but it's got a real cool kind of Japanese samurai look to it, so I really liked it. And this one came out last week, which I really wanted. It is, I don't buy a lot of these True Believers, but it's a reprint of Spider-Man 129, as you're all probably well aware, which is a massive key book. So that is one I definitely wanted to get, because I do not want to crack open 129 and read it. This way I can flip through it and not worry about damaging it. So anyways, that is that's some back issue stuff I grabbed this week from Independence. Holy cow, I got a stack of stuff here, jeez. Haven't had a chance to read all these, so I can't give you an honest opinion, but I grabbed Lollipop Kids #1, cover A and cover B for that. I really like picking up all these Aftershock books. They're, you know, they're really good. I like the writing. I like the art in most of them, and some of them are getting picked up, so definitely worth grabbing. So I grabbed that one. It's the only one from Aftershock I got. Black Crown, I grabbed House of Muck #2. I didn't mind the first one, so I like to give these a few issues before I drop it if I'm going to, and I don't mind that one, so I'm going to keep going with it. So that's House of Muck #2 from Boom Studios. Sparrowhawk #1. There was a really nice Stephanie Hans, I think it was a 1 for 10 variant. Maybe it might have been a 1 for 25. Anyways, I didn't get that one, but I just got the cover A. This one I'm really looking forward to, from Dark Horse. It's Death Orb #1, kind of a dystopian future, kind of apocalypse kind of thing. Looks pretty cool. I love those kind of storylines, so that one looks awesome. Another one for Dark Horse. This is one I recommended a few times in the past, and also my top picks video. It's Umbrella Academy Hotel Oblivion #1. The first 2 volumes are really good. And they are doing a Netflix show on this, so definitely grab that one. If you're enjoying the series so far, I'd recommend it, because I haven't read it yet, but I'm expecting good things from that one. This is one I wanted to get. It's just being a huge Battlestar Galactica fan as a kid. That's Dynamite Comics put out their Battlestar Galactica 0. It's only a 35-cent cover price on that, so I couldn't. I mean, how can you pass that up? So I got 3 copies of that one. I mean, it cost me $1 for 3 comics. Can't go wrong. Batman the Max, Arkham Dream, Sam Keith. Artwork actually is really good in this. So if you are a fan of the Max from back in the 90s, and Batman, obviously, you're probably going to enjoy that one. That is one I'm looking forward to reading. I haven't read it yet, like I say, but I flipped through it, and the art, man, the art is really good. From Image, I got Blackbird #1. I got regular and the B cover for that one. Like I said, me personally, I pick up every #1 issue from Image Comics because some of them are hit and miss, but a lot of them are pretty good, and you never know which ones are getting picked up. And you know, if I can pick it up for cover price, if it's not any good, I'll drop it after #1. So it's not a big investment. Errand Boys #1. I just grabbed the one cover for that one. Juke Joint #1. Again, I only grabbed the one cover. There was a second cover, but I didn't really like it too much. So, and this one's kind of creepy, holding the guy's head and his spine hanging down. That's that's kind of a creepy image. Magic Order #4. I did read through this one, and it's good as usual. You got the cover A, you got your black and white cover B, and then you got cover C with the Venetian in the background there. And there is a new, just going to flip through here. If you haven't read it, you might want to turn it off. But they introduced this new, what the heck's this character called? It's kind of a monster that shows up here. It's called the, what the heck's it called? The Horoglobin. So it's kind of cool. It devours time and space, and if it touches you, you start aging really quick and stuff. So it's a pretty cool. I love, man, that is such a good story. I really enjoy that. I don't, like I say, I've heard a few people say they don't like it. I mean, I don't know, man. It's really good. Spawn, I only picked up the one cover. I got the Virgin cover. I didn't get the other one, so not too worried about that. And this is one of my picks this week for sure, is Dead Rabbit #1. I got the regular cover, and I also got the 1 for 10. 1 for 10 cover for that one. That's one I highly recommend you can get. If you can find that one for regular cover price, or you know, $5 to $10 range, I highly recommend buying it. Don't buy it if, you know, if a shop has jacked the price up to 30, 40 bucks. I can't recommend that, but if you can get it cheap enough, I recommend it, because I think that one will do well. That one has a good shot of getting picked up, I think, anyways, in my opinion. So that's definitely a pick of the week for me. From DC, I got all these foil covers out, and they're, like I say, the images you saw on your computer and stuff don't really do them justice, and I don't know if it's going to show up here because foils don't always show up so well on when I'm doing videos, but man, that is a nice looking cover. And you kind of learn the origin of the KGB's name and stuff. Is kind of, it's not really his origin story, but the origin of his name and stuff. So it's a good issue to get. And then cover B, like I mentioned earlier, is a gorgeous Matina cover. Holy crap, is that nice. That is a really, really nice cover. I like that one. It's pretty dark, but it's nice. Got Nightwing #50 cover A, and a really nice variant cover B for that one. That's a cool looking cover. You know, there were so many nice covers that normally that would have been one of my cover picks for the week, but I just, you know, with all the other ones out this week, that one did not quite make the grade, but it's still a really nice cover. This one, Brimstone #7, I had to buy that. That's probably tough to see just because it's, yeah, sorry for the glare. It's just, that's a gorgeous cover though. It's hard to see, but it's got the silver with the black and the words, man. It's nice. This one was definitely one of my cover picks last week. It is Deathstroke 36 cover B. Another really nice Matina cover. And I mean, you've got, you know, you've got Two-Face and Mr. Freeze, and Joker looks just so creepy in that picture. Man, does he look cool. He looks, Scarecrow looks, man, there's, like I say, just such an awesome week for covers. And that one, boy, the price has really jumped on that. I mean, I haven't read it yet, so I can't say if there's anything big that happens in the book. But based just on the cover, boy, is that is a sweet one. I can't wait to, like I say, I scan any books like that I really, really like. I will scan into my computer, print it out, and then laminate that print, put it up on my wall, and that way I can display the comic or an image of the comic without having to worry about it getting damaged. This can go right in my box. But I have the gorgeous with a laminated picture on the wall in my comic room. This looks awesome. And then if any time I get tired of looking at it, take it down and do another one. So anyways, It's an idea. I've mentioned it a few times, but Justice League #9, regular cover, and the B cover in that. And this is tying right into the Witching Hour, so, or ties into it. So, and speaking of the Witching Hour, I got cover A, and then I got 2 copies of this gorgeous, stunning Federici cover B. And this one's really good. And I just quickly want to show something in here. If you if you haven't read it yet, turn it off. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I mentioned in my last video that Wonder Woman was touched in the head by Upside Down Man, and that gave her all the power. What actually gives her the power is, you learn in this one that Hecate, the 3-headed goddess, actually brands. She shows up. Well, it's kind of a continuing story. It was in a few issues back in Justice League, but she brands Wonder Woman in the head with her brand. So now she's called Witch branded, and that's where. So when the Upside Down Man showed up and he says, "Hey, what's that mark on your forehead?" It brought out the Hecate's power. So it's actually Hecate's power inside her, not. Or Hecate's, I'm not sure how you pronounce her name, but she's the 3-headed goddess. And the cool thing is, I don't know if any of you noticed this, during this issue, there's a few spots where you see these little tiny word bubbles with microscopic writing. There actually is writing in all these, and what it actually says is, "You will forget all of this." So while they're talking or whatever they're discussing, she whispers that, and they completely forget what they're talking about. So that's why people like Wonder Woman, who was branded, doesn't remember any of it, because Hecate's or Hecate's, I don't know how you pronounce her name. She basically erases people's memory by whispering to them. So, anyways, it's a pretty cool story, and going forward, it's going to cross over between Wonder Woman and Justice League Dark. So I really like Justice League Dark, that whole series right now. So that one is one I highly recommend. It's really good. Man, I like it. So that's it from DC. That's definitely a pick of the week this week. That one, this Deathstroke 36 cover is another gorgeous one. Highly recommend you get those if you can. Now, just so everybody's aware, when I recommend books, whether it's whether I say buy it now, or my top picks video, or like now I'm saying buy these books, I'm saying buy them at cover price. I cannot recommend. I see the prices on some of these are really jumping up. I don't recommend you going out and paying, $30, $20 for a book that just came out today. I can't say that to you guys. I mean, I'm hoping you're getting these on your pull list, or you're going into your shop and getting them for cover price. I know some shops are jacking up the prices on these before, first day out. Man, that pisses me off when shops do that, especially when you're a regular customer. They really shouldn't do that. But anyways, my shop doesn't do that. Ivan's awesome. He, it doesn't matter if a book comes out and it's hot or not. If you've got on your pull list, you pay cover price. That's why I go there, because he's awesome. So for Marvel, one reprint this week, I got Venom #4, the 3rd printing, with Null swinging all black through all those out in space in his battles and stuff. Wicked cover. And like I said many times, I highly recommend these if you can get them, if your shop brings them in, all these reprints, because especially if it's a key book. #3 obviously was first appearance of Null. 4 was the origin of Null in all black. So those are ones, man, because the print runs are really low on these reprints compared to the original first printings. So definitely worth getting. Picked up What If Spider-Man. I only grabbed one cover for each. And this one, does anybody like that cover? What If, I mean, I think that is probably one of the ugliest covers I have seen on a comic in years. I mean, who thought that was a good idea? Man, that is terrible. Anyways, as Guardians of the Galaxy, #2, just grabbed the one cover for that one. Sleepwalker #1. I grabbed that one. I'm going to show some images in here too, so I don't know if you're aware of this, but again, it's one of these Infinity Warps kind of thing. There's all these mashups and stuff, and in here, you get Swamp Thing and Fin Fang Foom turned into kind of a weird looking creature. But the really cool one is you get Scott Banner becomes Little Monster. So he's like a miniature, a little teeny tiny Hulk. So that's that's really cool. I'm pretty sure that's a first appearance of that character. So it's just, I mean, I don't know that they're going anywhere, but I just, if down the road it does, it's kind of first appearance. I love first appearances. So, and that's cool. That was actually better. That comic, I was not expecting a whole lot from it, and it was actually pretty good. And that's a 4. If I remember right, Sleepwalker's 4 issues, where a lot of the other ones are one shots or 2 issues only. So. Anyways, Death of the Inhumans, number 4. There's 2 covers for that. It was a pretty nice cover, A. And again, because there's just so many good covers out this week, that one, you know, I think it made the grade, but it was near the bottom. You learn, there's a big reveal about Vox in this, so if you're reading that story, Death of the Inhumans, I'd recommend you get that one. It's a good one. Champions number 25. I mentioned this. They go into Weird World, and you got all the characters now have kind of completely changed their look for the storyline. Got cover A, and you got cover B. Not a big fan of cover B, but I really like cover A, and I got a couple of those, so it's a good one to get. Weapon H, number 8. Again, he's going into Weird World. I don't know what's going on with Weird World. I love Weird World, so it's pretty cool. And I got 2 copies of this awesome Battle Lines variant. Man, is that a wicked cover. Man-Thing, I love Man-Thing. Have for years, so that is a really good one to get if you can. A lot of these are, you know, my shop had quite a few. I'm not sure that every shop brought a ton of them in. I would suspect they did, because they are a pretty nice looking cover. And really, that's technically just a virgin variant. I mean, look at, it's a complete virgin cover. It's awesome. I really like that. Even the Young Guns variants had the artist's name on the front, where these have nothing, so it's really nice. For cover price, man, you can't go wrong with that. Deadpool number 5. This is one in my last video I talked about this one. One of my subscribers sent me a message that there was possibly some issues with, because it's a parody of Garbage Pail Kids. I mean, I honestly don't know if that's the case or not. And like I said, don't pay more than cover for this. If you can get it for cover price, buy it. But I see the prices on this are getting stupid, and it just came out today. And I cannot recommend you pay more than cover price for that, because you know what? I don't know. You know, a month from now, this could be back down to $5 cover price. So get it if you can find it for cover. But don't overpay for it. But it is a wicked cover. I really like that. You got the outline of the sticker, like the old Garbage Pail Kids. It's pretty cool. So definitely one I would recommend if you can get it. But like I say, that was just a rumor about that one. So just so you're aware of that. Cosmic Ghost Rider number 4. This is a really good one. This is the first full appearance of that Thanos Punisher character. It's the whole way through the book. So that's your first appearance. And just an awesome, this is probably, I mean, that is an absolutely stunning, I had to get 3 copies of that just because it's so good. That is probably one of the best Ghost Rider covers I have ever seen anywhere at any time. So that is just amazing. I hope you got that one. That isn't, like they say, there's so many good covers this week, and a lot of the covers, this week, just the covers alone, the price is really jumping on them. So you also had a couple books I didn't get was Shatterstar number 1, and that apparently has a first appearance of someone called Gringrave. So I definitely got to pick that one up. Typhoid Fever and Superior Octopus, I wasn't going to grab them, and I left my shop, and then I called them back, and they pulled a couple copies of those, so I'll have those for next week. But and also Shatterstar, I'm going to grab that one. So a few things coming down the road that look really good. The Last Space Race from Aftershock, that comes out next week, next Wednesday. That looks pretty good. That's number 1. 2 covers for that one. And one I mentioned before, and I'm going to mention it again. Another one from Aftershock is called Dead Kings number 1. That one to me looks really good. I highly recommend you get that one on your pull list, or if you can, or ask your shopper to bring it in anyways, because that looks really good. From Marvel, Venom number 9 comes out December 5th, and it looks, if you look at the cover image of that, it almost looks like Venom becomes a pit bull. So I don't know if he's getting changed into a different kind of animal or something, but it looks, I mean, that's a great series. I don't know where it's going, but it looks really good. Moon Girl 38, that comes out December 5th. She meets a Dream Dimension's got a new guest, so I don't know if that means there's a new character showing up in Moon Girl 38. But again, Moon Girl 38 is one of those comics that's a very low print run, and they seem to be popping in new characters in there. So, I mean, if you haven't got that on your list, I would seriously think about getting it on there, because, man, there's a lot of stuff coming up in that one. Amazing Spider-Man number 12 comes out December 19th. That mystery villain, the purple dude in the bandages and stuff, he is on the cover of number 12. So I don't know if we're going to learn the identity of him or not, but he's on the cover, so we'll have to wait and see. And the funny thing is, they show all the cover images for everything leading up to 12 except for number 10. For number 10, for some reason, they're not showing the cover image. But the solicitations just talk about Spider-Man and Black Cat, so I don't know why they're not showing the image for that. So if you have got Spider-Man on your pull list, keep it on there, because it looks like there's some good stuff coming with Spider-Man. That's it from Marvel. From DC, this one I'm sure a lot of you are aware of. If you got the new preview magazine, it's the Batman Who Laughs number 1. That comes out December 12th. So it's a mini-series. Cool thing with this one is Jock is doing the cover art and the interior art in this book. And there's going to be a gun-toting Batman, which you'll see the images on the screen. So that looks like a really good series. I highly recommend that one. Talk to your shop and get that one on your polls. It'll probably be a fairly high print run just because it's a pretty high-profile character. Obviously, Batman Who Laughs. But, you know, with Jock doing the cover and the art, that's going to be a good one. Flash number 60. I've mentioned this one once before, December 12th. There's a new Strength Force user called Powerhouse that shows up in that, so I think that is a new character. Sounds like it is anyways. Titans 31, that's again December 12th. There's someone called Mother Blood showing up. I think that's a new character, but it almost looks like Infinite Woman a bit with the hat and with the helmet and the horns and everything, but I don't think it is, but we'll have to wait and see. But anyways, a possible new character in that. Teen Titans 25, December 19th. That's going to have the origin of Crush. So you've had your first appearance and everything, and as a lot of comic companies do, a few issues later, they give you the origin story, so that'll be a good one to get. And one that The Outsiders number 1 comes out December 19th. Brian Hill's writing it. He's the one who did that Detective Comics run from 983 to 987. It was really good. I really enjoyed that one. I recommended that one to everybody. It's got Karma makes the first appearance in there. But it's also, during that run, is the first appearance of that new Batman and the Outsiders team. There's been a few other Batman and the Outsiders teams over the years, but this is a new one with the Signal and Batman and Black Lightning and stuff. So it is technically a kind of a new Outsiders team, so that'll be a really good one to get for sure. So anyways, that's it for my haul this week. Man, there was a ton of good stuff. Some really great covers. Few first appearances in there. Yeah, some of these, man, I can't believe the prices on some of these books already, but considering they just came out today. But anyways, like I say, get them for cover. Don't overpay for stuff, folks. Happy hunting. Take care. I will talk to you later in the week. Bye for now.